Hello, Magic Ball Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest III with our party of Rapscallions. Last episode, we got the Thieves' Key, we visited the town of Reeve, where an old man gave us one of his magic balls, and now we're going to go use that magic ball to progress our quest. Essentially the quest to find our father, who fought some demon. Anyway, we're going to start today's episode off with fighting some new enemies. We've got some magicians out here. So that's fun. And assumedly down into this mountain might be a lake or something. Definitely want to focus down the poisoning enemies, I think. Look at fella and his fancy new chain sickle. So yeah, we bought a little bit of weapons and armor in the town of Reeve. We're slowly gearing our party up. We have not grinded for an hour to get all the money for all the weapons, but I think we'll be okay for the moment. Do you possess the magic ball? Yes. Then take it to the cave of enticement. You'll find the cave near the eastern spring. Thanks, old man. We got mini medal number 4. One more for a cool weapon. Just trying to keep track to know when to go back to Alihan. Wing of Wyvern. We could get back to Alihan very quickly if we want to. We found a book about whips and boomerangs. Let's read about whips and boomerangs, everybody. Whips and boomerangs can strike multiple enemies at once. Whips will damage one enemy group, while boomerangs will damage all enemies. Even if they are weaker than your sword, their multi-strike is really effective. Yeah, total DPS... group DPS over single target DPS, essentially. Anyway, let's go visit this random lake in the woods. Get the magical... Well, there's a staircase back here. Let's go check this out. Statues. The stairway is sealed off by a stone wall. The magic ball could destroy the wall, though. Alright, look, this was originally an NES game, so not everything makes a whole lot of sense on why some random old man in a town had a magic ball that you could use to open up a ball, or you can use the ball to blow open a wall. Ball, wall, fall, small. Clearly. Anyway, this is just how NES... Sorry, this wall exploding is kind of loud. This is kind of how NES JRPG logic worked, I guess. That's one thing Dragon Quest V and 6 had sort of going for them, is they kind of worked out the plot a little bit more logically, generally. Oh, something's written on the lid of the chest. For whomever finds this, I present this map to you. Press the button to press, on the map, you press this button to use it. I hope this will be helpful. Anyway, we love the world map. Everyone knows the world map is a good thing in old school JRPG where you get lost. As soon as we get outside, I will certainly open it up. Or even before I get outside, I will open it up. So this is the kind of map where you get to see what's in an area as you explore it, which is cool. This is probably the best way to do a world map. Like, sure, realistically, someone's probably already found the new world. But speaking of new world, you might sort of recognize the geography of this world map if you're familiar with certain maps. I won't say anything other than that, but it might look a little familiar for you. Some of you guys in the comments might put 2 and 2 together. All right. Looks like if we'd split our damages up, our attacks up a little bit better, we might have been able to kill 2 magicians in a single round, but maybe we'll just find some better weapons while we're down here in the lake cave. So these pits you can fall into. I think most of them are just going to take us to the same area, though. I just wanted to test that out, just to make sure. Just trying to remember how these maps work, these dungeons. I don't know if we should jump in all the pits, but ant bears. Okay. The bunnies, all Mirage. That means they might have the surround spell or something, just based on their name. Looks like the enemies are getting a bit of a level up in this dungeon, too. Yeah, if Fella is taking 3 or 4 damage per attack, M. Daubry could take a bit of a beating here. And they do have the sleep spell. That's rough. Alright, 2 out of 4 are asleep. But Blue manages to kill a killer bunny. And Holly, of course, does not help. Alright, thanks, Holly. So yeah, you know, if you're playing on the NES version, you probably want to go buy chain sickles for everybody and some better armor and all that. Because this is the remake, the encounter rate is a lot lower, and I'm not too concerned, but still, I'm feeling a little bit threatened here with these stronger enemies. Alright, well, Trick Moths might have annoying spells. Let's focus them down. Now, for a very agile thief, Fella seems to be going last in combat more often than I'd like. And he let the moths surround us, or at least Holly and Blue. Thanks for that. Yeah, whenever you hear that mist sound effect, it's almost always because of the surround spell. Unless it's a metal slime or something. Wow, Fella. Well, you know what? You deserve that beating you got. You should have just killed the moth on time. You waited around for too long. Alright, heal me, or heal Fella, I guess. Sure. We've got so much MP and healing, we should be pretty safe. Isn't that... I haven't been up here yet. I'm surprised there's no secret treasures in a room that you can very easily miss there. Because we haven't been up, we haven't been right yet. I suppose I should have gone right first and kind of like working my way up. Also, let's deal with the sleep bunnies first. Because status elements are the worst. Yeah, you know, we might not be able to clear this dungeon in one run. We'll see. We haven't really specifically grinded any levels yet, although I've been fighting a lot of random battles, but we're certainly not over-leveled, I don't expect. Blue to level 6, 6 HP, 3 MP, a smattering of stats, and the Expel spell, which makes the enemy disappear. M. Daubry to level 7, 6 HP, 13 MP, bunches of stats, no new spells. Alright, let's go this way first, just to clear it out as we work our way up. Okay, I just missed this one earlier. Could have gone here before. So there's 2 side passages around the crack in the floor, I think. And a bunch of stinking magicians that will probably cast magic on us. Ooh, critical hits. So it looks like Blaze is doing pretty reliably 8 damage. I think Holly tried to run. I believe if she was successful, we would have fled the battle and not gotten any reward for that battle. So that's one of the downsides of bringing a jester. You can randomly sort of lose your progress in mid-battle. Luckily, you can't escape from bosses or anything, so you can't mess that up, but... It's a pretty large dungeon. I have to give the game credit. This is more complicated than I was expecting. Just imagine the NES encounter rates, though, guys. If you've never played it, just believe me when I say at least twice as much, if not more. We would have to fight all these same battles 2 or 3 times as often. Can't believe the bunny still got the sleep spell off. Oh, good. The wasps are, what's the word, there's more of them anyway. Holly just keeps winking at us as we walk down this wasp-infested monster hellhole. Oh, I can't wait till we get Padfoot. Bella, hurry up and learn Padfoot. Right now. 4 HP, 4 MP, some stats. And the Hawkeye spell. Well, that's not the one I wanted. So Hawkeye, what does this do? Locates towns or castles. You can't use that underground. Sorry, Hawkeye. Well, now we're at the bottom of the vertical shaft, I guess. Or not vertical. The well, I don't know what you call this. You got a sacred knife! Okay, well, we got a weapon out of it. At least we're getting some treasure. That helps. You know, we had a long stretch with no real treasure, and that always makes me feel a little bit suspicious. So Fella could use the sacred knife. Otherwise, it's just a little bit better than a copper sword. I guess I'll give it to Daubry for now. You know, the cleric can have the sacred weapon. I think it might do extra damage to undead. Later in the series it does, but early on I'm not sure if they added that in. Undead often take bonus damage from sacred weapons, but we might still be too far back in time for that. Well, let's focus down the moths. This is going to be a pretty tough fight. Holly just randomly fell asleep, didn't she? Thanks, Holly. You know, I'm feeling bad with having 6 enemies on 4 party members. You had to make it 6 on 3. And you still steal your share of the experience. To be fair, bringing along a jester certainly is meant to make the early game harder. If I just started with a mage or a warrior or something, this would be a lot easier. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if I've been missing some paths in this dungeon. Like, I could have missed all kinds of treasure down here by now. Stupid bunnies casting sleep right at the beginning. Wow. Get wrecked, me. We all got put to sleep. And then Daubry can't do enough damage, even with his sacred knife. Oof. Alright, Fella, Daubry, please kill the stupid bunnies. He got another sleep off. That's just... Like, they're not really doing a lot of damage, but it's still adding up. Hopefully you guys understand why I, kind of a fan of getting a few level ups in this game. Yeah. Wow. Well, at least nobody died, and, you know, Daubry still has a lot of MP, so we're not hurting too bad. Definitely can't have him die, or we'll be basically hosed. Alright, this is probably the end of the dungeon, although, to be fair, I'm sure we missed some stuff in there. Mostly I just want to see if I can get to a town and rest easily, and then we'll just go back and clear it out. And the new town might have better weapons, which would make it easier anyway. Alright, welcome to the new world. Same as the old world. Where are we? We're way on the other side of the planet. That one teleportal took us from Australia to Italy, I guess. Wonder if they'll speak Italian in this castle. Or Sicilian or something. I mean, sorry, I don't want to spoil the world map. Jeez. Welcome to Romali. It's totally not Rome or Italy. Something different. This is just a rumor. But some brave heroes from Aliahan are coming to kill Baramos. You're not supposed to speak his name. We cursed us all. Supposedly, the Archfiend is plotting to destroy the world. I'm just not sure what to believe anymore. Alright, weapons and armor, what you got? Iron Spear, there's some damage for you. Everybody except Fella can spear it up. We got shell armor, which is, you know, better than leather by 4. We got chainmail, which is actually an upgrade. Well, it's still just +4. And bronze shields, which +3. Well, no, Fella doesn't have very good well, no, Fella has good defense, but Fella doesn't have a shield, so this gives him a much bigger upgrade. That's cool. So we'll want to buy spears eventually. Don't think I'm gonna buy chain sickle. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna spend my money on just yet. We need a lot of money that I don't have. And we can buy an iron apron. If you had a merchant, it might even be good. And then some lousy leather hats. Although, like I said, Daubry could still get away with the hats, and so could Fella. Full moon herb. Might change it into night, if I remember correctly. Holy water lowers enemy encounter rates. Antidotes for poison, medical herbs for healing. Was there any other helmets at all that anybody could equip? Like, I know I have a leather hat, but they don't sell anything right now. Would it be more useful to take +4 damage on somebody? Or, you know what, it probably is. We're not gonna have enough money for the iron spear for a while. Although that is a much more significant damage upgrade. Like, you know, just divide by the damage. Like, this is +4 damage for 320. This is, even if I had the chain sickle, this would still be another +10 on top of that. But +14 anyway. Like, this is a much better value per gold. I guess I could sell... at the very least, I could sell the copper sword. Anything else we could sell? I don't want to buy too much because it's possible we'll buy an item that we could have found for free in the last dungeon. I don't think I'm going to have enough money to get very close to an iron spear right now. I could sell another copper sword for 75. That would put me at 500. I'm actually, you know, I'm only 150 off. Maybe we should explore the town first before I go around spending money when I could just upgrade to a spear. Oh, good. We're going to save this one for a little bit later. Just suffice to say, this is our first casino. We're not going to do gambling right now. He'll give you odds for the fight if you pay him. That's great. You're not from around here, aren't you? Well then, why don't you make some fast cash or waste all your money? Welcome to the exciting... Oh, it's not even a casino. It's just the monster arena. Okay. So you can make bets for 60 gold. You can hear odds for 5 gold. You know, you could probably save scum it if you really wanted. I probably won't do that. We'll test this out a little bit later when I've got more money. But I don't really have the spare 60 gold right now. Yeah, I kind of remember this place. You know, yeah, we'll definitely test this out later. I thought it was the full casino, but no, it's just a monster arena. That's fine. We'll check that out at some later time. Kind of just want to, like, get through this town right now. Is it true that the Archfiend Baramos, that I'm supposed to not say his name, is planning to conquer the world? Yes, please give me your items. Next time, put gold in your cabinet. Oh man, everyone's just got herbs. How am I supposed to save the world if I can't afford iron spears? I guess we should talk to this guy hiding down in the corner, hey? I would like to help you, but you are a foreigner. I wouldn't want to upset this country's king. I wouldn't want to upset my king? Ooh, the dog's name is Bobby. Maybe we'll have to talk to the dog later or something. So we have a church. We should at least check it out. To the far north lies the village of Kazav. Probably Kiev or something. You found the hard heart. What does that do? I don't remember this item. It says it increases your attack. It might also change your personality. Anyone can equip it. Plus 10 attack is pretty good, though. I mean, I guess that's almost as good as an iron spear. Found the smart book. Well, that definitely will change your personality. Although I believe M. Daubry is already smart. Nothing of interest. Okay, well, I'm going to test this out. So I am currently solitary. If I equip the hard heart, what happens? I am now worldly, so it does give me more attack power, but it changes my personality. Now, I think with these sorts of accessories, when you unequip them, you probably revert... Right. You can't unequip it on that page. Alright, that unequips it. It wasn't, like, cursed or anything. And then I go back to... So, yeah. Like you'd expect, if you equip an accessory that changes your personality, you don't lose it forever. You just temporarily switch. So, I don't know if worldly is good, but, like, pay attention to our stats, right? We're getting plus 10 attack from the accessory. So I should be at like 44 or something. But I have a feeling I'm probably losing some strength or something here. Yeah, because it shows your attack going from 26 to 36, which doesn't sound right. My attack still says 34. I'm not sure if the hard heart does what it says it's doing. Let me just pay attention. So 22, 16, 36... Just those are the important ones. 22, 16, 36. (22, 16, 26). So it gave me plus 10 stamina, not attack. So was it then, did I get a bunch of HP out of it? Because, yeah, if my attack stays the same, then that doesn't really matter. 52... maybe when I get a level up, I'd get 20 HP or something. It's hard to say. I don't know. It sounds too fishy to me. Like, plus 10 stamina that may or may not even give you HP out of it. Might not, because we already proved that stamina didn't give you defense or anything. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just sell it. If it was plus 10 damage, that would have been pretty awesome. But it does not look... Because then you could stack that with like a boomerang or something. That'd be amazing. Say, you guys hail from Aliahan, don't you? I could tell right away. Bobby, come here, boy. Alright, so that's the old man that owns the dog. That's fair. Nothing in the pots. You found the 5th small medal. Ooh, these are such frightening times. I sure hope our king can get us through them. Well, we've got enough mini medals to go back to Aliahan now. And we got a free hat. See, that's why I didn't want to buy those kinds of things. Alright, who needs 2 defense? Probably should just give it to our healer for now. Alright. Good. So we haven't really done the monster arena. I'm still looking for a little bit of gold. I could probably sell the hard heart. Although there aren't a ton of accessories, so sometimes you just hold on to them just so you have something for those equipment slots, but... Oh, you're the ones from Aliahan, aren't you? Oh, we've been expecting you. Aw, no treasure for me. I found it right away, but... Alright, so that just loops around the middle of the castle. We'll just do some castle exploration. I like exploring castles. Especially if we get money out of it. So who's this guy locked in the Tower of Rome? Leave me alone. I'm not one of Kandar's henchmen. How many times have I got to tell you? Oh, I'm really sorry. I thought you were one of the castle guards. I don't know why they think I'm in liege with Kandar. I absolutely cannot stand that guy. He lives in Champagne Tower, where he recruits his followers. I really wish someone would go there and kick his ass. Alright, so he's totally not one of Kandar's followers, so nothing to worry about. Living in the Tower of Champagne. Champagne. Alright, so there's a door that takes another key. Remember that one for later, everybody. I was attacked here on my way from Kazav and dropped all my goods. I'm safe now, but my business is ruined. My son loves having fun, but that hasn't changed since he became the king. We're in a lot of trouble. I guess that's the old king. You found the cheater guide. All right. Well, that's Nintendo Power for you. And a Pachisi ticket. That's our first Pachisi ticket. We might need a couple of those for certain exploits. Pachisi is a very special game that only occurs in the remakes, not in the original Dragon Quest III NES edition. There seems to be a lot more monsters in here than when I first arrived in this area. You know what I mean. There are very tough monsters in the east. If I were you, I'd head north first. Get some level ups. Mostly to just buy some more iron spears, really. The king anxiously awaits your arrival. I can listen to the winds whisper. Would you like me to tell you what it's saying? Alright, Bard. Far to the west of Kazav lies the massive Champagne Tower. Thanks, that's very helpful. Please listen to our king. Okay. Welcome. I've heard about what happened to Ortega. Blue needs... I've heard about your father. By the way, get some levels up. Hurry up and get some promotion, some level ups, right? Alright, we probably haven't saved in a long time, so let's get that done. Okay then, it shall be done. Have fun, kids. Oh wait, I have a favor for you. Kandor stole our golden crown and escaped from the kingdom. Please help us get it back, and I'll recognize you as a true hero. You're not a real hero unless you get me my crown. I hear that Aliahan is a beautiful place, and that it's full of wonderful people. Does that mean this kingdom is full of unwonderful people? Looks like that's probably about it for here. What I'm going to try to do to save a little bit of time is use the power of flight to go back to Aliahan very quickly and turn in those... Well, say that. No, I saved. So now if I use the Chimera Wing, we'll just stay here. Also, wait a second. Where's the teleportal back? I'm not going to have the money for that iron spear like I wanted. Unless I sell that heart. Let's see how much money that heart's worth first before we leave. I just wanted to turn it... Ooh, it's worth lots of money. Ooh, temptations! Does anyone care about 10 stamina and turning into a worldly personality? I mean, 10 stamina might be 20 HP. Maybe, but it didn't seem to go up when I equipped it, so... I don't believe in it. And I needed 640, right? 650, that's okay. Alright, I think this is worth it. And this is such a large weapon upgrade. I'm pretty sure Blue will be able to one-shot a lot of the enemies for a while with this. And getting this now, I think, will help a fair bit. I mean, we have a lot of things we need money for, so... You know, it was inevitable we were going to sell that hard heart anyway. I would like to turn in the mini-medals before the end of the episode just to see what we can get. But... Okay, good. You just step on this random tile to get here. Okay. Good thing I remembered that you could stand there, because I don't think there's any sign on the map that was a different sort of entrance. But yeah, this will definitely make sure we can get back to Aliahan, although I'll probably have to travel back all the way. Before we do that, though, you know, today's episode might go a little longer than 30 minutes. Basically, what I want to do is finish exploring some of those rooms in here that we didn't get to. And, see if we can find some more money or treasure or what have you. So I think I'll use a fair bit of super speed because we've already sort of cleared this dungeon, sort of. Oh look, a caterpillar! Kill it! It's pretty tough for a caterpillar. Took every single person to attack it. Alright, Holly, level 8, HP 6, and some stats. Mostly luck, as always, as ever. Alright, yeah. Blue is definitely able to one-shot a magician. Definitely, I think, honestly, saving up for that Iron Spear was the right choice. It'll just... I mean, this dungeon was hard because there's a lot of fairly strong enemies. And, it was just taking too many rounds to kill everything. By being able to kill enemies a little bit quicker, you know, we'll save ourselves a ton of trouble. And yeah, I think we're more than strong enough now to deal with this. So we should be able to go pretty quick. Okay, so turns out this floor had absolutely nothing. Holly is spinning. Holly is sleeping, or whatever. I thought it said spinning the first time, but who knows. I mean, we'll probably start seeing some more level ups if we keep fighting all these battles. Alright, so... there is a spell that Fella will eventually learn that tells us if there's any more treasure on the floor of the floor that we're on. This was just the entrance. This is fine. I just, you know, if you know where to go, you can probably get through this cave pretty quickly by the looks of it. I'm not 100% sure if we full cleared it or not. Basically, we may have, we may not have. One thing that's handy is as long as we don't save it in Aliahan, we should be able to use a Chimera Wing to go back to Romali. So we only had to we only had to like make this trip once, basically, one extra time. So for the rest of our episode, we'll just try to get back to the first castle. You know, random enemy encounters, as they do. One day we won't have to watch all these. I'm actually not sure. You know, it might be faster to take that cave and just take the shortcut to the castle, but I don't know. Excuse me, guys. Middle of winter and I'm still getting allergy sneeze attacks. Alright, no problem. We got in just before night, just as dusk. Alright, let's see how awesome all of our hard work to get these mini medals, what kind of awesome reward we'll get for it. I am expecting plus 500 damage, target all enemies, instant death. We found more medals. Here you go. 5 mini medals. And you get a spiny whip. It is our first whip, so that's something. And then 10 medals, maybe that doesn't even matter much, but yeah. So, it's not as good as a spear. It is better than a chain sickle, and Fella can use it. So can I, although Fella actually does more damage with it, interestingly. So you might as well give it to whoever does the most damage, because it'll target a group. It's our first group targeting weapon. And that's pretty cool. And then we should also be able to hand me down the chain sickle to somebody else. I'll just give it to Holly, I guess. I'm glad I didn't buy any more chain sickles, because we're already at the point where only one person would get any value at all, basically. Alright, so we got a spiny whip. Let's head outside. Test out my Wing of Chimera idea. Or Wing of Wyvern, let's say. Oh, you can just choose where you... Oh, this is so nice. In Dragon Quest II, it always just took you back to the last place you cast it. I'm not sure if the NES version had this or not. But yeah, we could have just teleported here instantly. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay. I'm so glad we've got that addition in already. That makes things so much easier. Alright, good to know, good to know. Let's, tidy items. And, you know, we're getting pretty close to the end of the episode here. I want to see if there's anything I should sell and then buy now that I've sort of sorted out that extra item. Looks like Copper Sword should go. we could always sell those books. The Cheater's Guide, I'm pretty sure, just gives you another personality, just like the other books. I think I'm gonna have to look that up later to be 100% sure. Muscle Guide book, Smart book, Tomboy book. We could just sell them all for a little bit of money, but I feel bad enough selling the one accessory we had. All right, so then. It would also be nice to have more Iron Spears for Daubry and Holly. Those are both still really good damage upgrades. Although it might be worth just doing some armor upgrades at this point for relatively cheap. You know, I could afford the shell armor for Daubry. That would bring him up, or her up, to a pretty even level. Although the chainmail is better. Probably better to just wait on the shell armor and just go for the chain. He's just sort of losing out on 25% of the value if you buy that. How much is his current armor worth? 52. So we would need that's 406 math. We need 74 bucks. Well, let's just go fight a battle or two. Let's see what's around here. I know I need to end the episode, but I kind of want to show off this whip. So let's just see what the whip does and maybe make 70 gold so we can buy some chainmail for Daubry. Maybe. Oh, this is a great way to show off the whip. It doesn't work on separate groups. But these enemies should be worth a lot more gold and such. 21, it's a little mini grind, but getting an on-camera 70 bucks, 70 gold should not be that hard. Here we go. So Fella is supposed to go first. That's why he's got all the agility. Yeah, he hit 2 enemies. It's not as good as boomerangs that always hit everything. And I mean, they were able to increase their defense, which really kind of hurt our damage dealing. And you stole a medical herb. Good job there, thief. So yeah, anyway, I mean, a free whip is not a bad thing. And these enemies, yeah, you know, it might be better for us to just save up for the Iron Spear, given how many turns it's taking to kill caterpillars right now. Because I can pretty much guarantee things are just going to get more difficult the further down we go. I mean, you know, the armor makes it easier in a sense, but being able to kill them quicker would probably be better, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I think I can kill the magician, and then Fella and the rest can work on the toads. I could not kill the magician. I think the magician probably has like 20 HP or something, and I just missed it by 1. Of course, I get the crit. On the enemy that I didn't need to get the crit on, you know? You know, that's how it always works. These caterpillars are terrible. Alright, Daubry, learn something awesome. 2 HP, 3 MP, not very many stats, and the sap spell. Okay, that's good though. That's enemy defense down, which is certainly a valuable spell for bosses. If we had a mage, we might have the oomph spell at some point, at a much higher level, to be honest. Or in whatever they call attack up. I think it's by kill originally, honestly. But sap also works pretty regularly. It's not like that's a rare to hit spell on most enemies. So you could get away with cutting enemy defense down to nothing. Oh, we got a level up to end the episode. That's pretty good. 1 HP, 1 MP, bit of stats. Not a great level up. Not a great level up. Alright, let's go back to town. I think probably at this point in the game, I'm going to need to spend a little bit of time doing some grinding for money. What I'll probably do between episodes is head back into that cave and make sure I didn't miss anything, or at least look up a guide to see if I didn't miss anything. And then if that's all... I mean, I don't want to do a ton of level grinding and get over-leveled off camera, but it might be worth to get a couple level ups or just enough money to buy some armor and stuff at the very least. I mean, we might as well do our dark exploration here while it's nighttime. But it's not looking terribly interesting, I gotta say. If Bearable shows up, I'll protect you, Mom. What a cool kid. The Archfiend? Oh, that's just a myth. There's no such thing as Archfiends. He understands he who shall be not be named. There's no such thing. Now, what about that spot the dog was in before? It was like right here? Aha! A Pachisi ticket. So at least we got one thing for midnight town checking. You're allowed in the castle at night? Often you're not allowed in the castles at night. We do get the... oh, you're not allowed upstairs. Okay. It's a good compromise. We do get a cool, like, piano version of the castle theme at night. It's a nice little touch. Probably not a whole lot for us to do. Talk to the old king. Same old, same old. Just remember that the king of this castle loves to have fun. It's good to know for later, maybe. Head north to get levels up. Yeah, we didn't even go east. We were just trying to go north where we were getting slaughtered by caterpillars. Alright, well, I feel like there's probably all the important stuff in this town has been handled for now. So yeah, I think I'll end the episode here, and I will double check that we didn't miss any important treasure in the last dungeon. And that way I'll know if I need to, well, if I can get any free armor or anything. I think we're getting pretty close to the first Pachisi board. So if I do a little bit of exploration on the world map, we might be able to find a very interesting little side quest. I mean, you can see sort of how we've explored how the world works. We could maybe try to head over to Spain or something, or up into Germany. Clearly the East, the Turks are no friends of ours. But, you know, Istanbul was Constantinople. We'll have to check that out pretty soon. Anyway, sorry. Let's end the episode here. I'll see you guys next time, and I'll let you know if there's any treasure, or I'll show you if there's any treasure. See you there.